Accused of domestic violence, in Arizona, these charges can change your life in an instant, whether or not physical violence was involved. From misunderstandings to serious accusations, navigating domestic violence cases is complex, especially when it involves people that you care about, like a spouse, a family member, a domestic partner, or even a roommate. ¿Qué onda, mi gente? I'm Matthew Bartz with Armor Legal, a criminal defense firm in Arizona that has helped many people with domestic violence cases. Most people don't know that the term domestic violence can cover a wide range of actions, many of which are not even violent. Today, I will explain these terms and how you can prepare for your defense against these charges. So, what is the range of domestic violence laws in Arizona? Let's start with the basics. Under Arizona law, domestic violence is not a standalone crime. Instead, it's a label used to categorize crimes committed by individuals against people in the same household or in the same family. These offenses can include things like assault, criminal damage, disorderly conduct, or even stalking or violating an order of protection. Depending on the situation, domestic violence charges can lead to felony or misdemeanor charges, both of which can carry serious consequences, including fines, jail time, a permanent criminal record, and loss of gun rights. Here's something important to know. Domestic violence offenses are tied directly to other criminal acts under Arizona law. For example, a simple assault is classified as domestic violence if it happens between family members or people in the same household. Another example is violating an order of protection. This can result in charges for failure to comply with a court order. On its own, that doesn't sound too bad. However, the title that will appear on your criminal record is domestic violence, failure to comply with a court order. What about the spouse that just got mad in the kitchen and smashed a glass or a plate in front of a family member? That will be charged as domestic violence, criminal damage. This process can be overwhelming, as these charges can be surprising. So, how can we handle them in court? What is the legal process behind them? Having a defense lawyer with you, they're here to help guide you through every step. My first step is evaluating my client's life and job to fully understand how a possible conviction for this charge could affect them. Then I try to determine whether the alleged victim wants to help the prosecutors see that my client is convicted for the charge, or wants to help my client be acquitted of the charge. Then we move into investigating any potential defenses to the underlying charge. Lastly, looking for mitigation factors for my client that I could help use to convince the prosecutor to give my client an opportunity to have the entire charge dismissed, or to remove the domestic violence label from the charge. The important thing to remember is that the relationship factor, whether you're in a family or romantic relationship or even a roommate, makes these charges different than a normal crime. Now, let's talk about penalties. Depending on whether the charge is a misdemeanor or a felony, a conviction can result in jail time or prison time, fines, mandatory counseling, the loss of firearms rights, even for a misdemeanor conviction. For professionals like teachers and nurses, a domestic violence conviction could cost you your career, as it can lead to the revocation of your fingerprint clearance card. Some individuals might be eligible for the domestic violence diversion program, which can help avoid a criminal conviction. You'll undergo an assessment and participate in classes if you're accepted into that program. Completing a diversion program could lead to your charges being dismissed, but it's not a guarantee that the prosecutor will be willing to allow you to do the diversion program. Prosecutors approach these cases cautiously. If you or someone you know is facing domestic violence charges, it is essential that you take action right away. You need a lawyer who will take time to understand your side of the story, challenge exaggerated claims, and fight for your rights. At Armor Legal, we're here to help. Call us for a consultation to discuss your case and help you understand your best defense options. Let us help protect your future. Déjanos proteger su futuro.